Hello friends, that's a thumbs up. Welcome to episode 2 or November's edition of Fluting with me, Rob. I did actually decide to do one this month because I picked up quite a good haul today this month. Don't know if you can see, I've got some stuff there and I've got a big bag of Iceland's food that's full of stuff here. So I'll go through that all with you. I don't know what I'm going to go through, but actually have to do. I've got like a mixture of stuff. I don't know where to start. Right, I know where I'll start. I'll start with the DVD and the book since it's only one of them. Let's start with the book first. Okay, it's Assassin's Creed: The Secret Crusade. It's an Altair story. Altair, how do you say his name? I'm sorry, I've just woke up from a power nap and I feel completely out of it. So my talking skills aren't exactly 100%. So I've got a big, well I say big, I've got a cup of coffee to try and stimulate my mind and wake me up a little bit. I've also got a bottle of pink lemonade to try and keep me going. But anyway, yeah. So first of all, for £2, I got this book from a charity shop. I am actually kicking myself because in the same charity shop the week before, I found the hardback collector's edition of Guide for Dark Souls 1. And it was $4.99, I was say $4.99 then, $4.99. And I didn't pick it up. I wish I did, but I didn't. I went in the next day and it was gone. And I keep going in to check again, but I missed out on an absolute bargain because I had a look on like eBay and Amazon and it's about £22 on there, so I missed out on an absolute bargain and I am not happy with myself. I nearly cried when I saw that it was missing, but yeah, I got that book. I've not read it. I have got a few of the others. I've got Assassin's Creed Renaissance, that's with Ezio. I've got Assassin's Creed Unity, and I've got Black Flag, and I've also got one of the ones that's based on Assassin's Creed 3 with Connor and what's his face? Connor's dad. Is it Hemingway? Hemingway? Something like that. So I've got that, and I'm going to read that after I finish reading the book that I'm reading at the minute. What am I reading? Oh yeah, I'm reading The Running Man at the moment, which I got the other week, which I told you about in the last episode. Yeah, so that's Assassin's Creed. The other thing I picked up for 50p is a film called Exit Humanity. It's a zombie film that's set during or just after the American Civil War. Get out of that bag. It's meant to be quite good, or so I've been told. Quite scary as well. I love zombie films. I grew up watching them since I was about 7, I think it was, or 5, whenever it was. Because first day looks I asked my mum or my dad if I could watch the original. No, Gimli, come on, hang on. Fudge off, you little fudge. Right. Anyway, it all started when I asked my mum and dad because I read about the original Night of the Living Dead in a telemag and I wanted to watch it and they said no. So I pretended I was asleep and I watched it in my bedroom, and ever since then I've just fell in love with zombie films. I freaking love them, and I've seen loads of them. I've seen the good ones, I've seen the bad ones, the B-movie ones. So I've gone from stuff like Night of the Living Dead, Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead, 28 Days Later, to films that are made on sci-fi like Zombie Shark, excellent film. To hundreds of zombie films. I've pretty much seen them all, and I freaking love them. Can't get enough of them. Like goes anything zombies I'm obsessed with. Right, so anyway, that's that. What do I want to go through next? Right, okay, sticking with the theme of books now. I should have said this as well, but anyway, I got the first volume, it says volume 1 there, of Pokemon Adventures, so I finally have it, so I can start reading this now in order. This one doesn't start the same way how like the other one started, where it's showing you like all the characters and whatnot, but nevertheless, it's got my receipt in there. I'm looking forward to reading that to get started. So that's nice. Right, next thing. I was in Waterstones, that's when I picked that up as well, because I was looking for a Christmas present for my dad, but I couldn't find it. But I did find this. I don't know if anyone's seen it on YouTube, but it's Felicia Day's The Guild. She's done a series on YouTube for it. and I saw this and I had to pick it up because I freaking love the Guild and I love Felicia Day. I think she's brilliant. I think she's written this and drew. Well, obviously she's wrote it. She's written it. But I don't know if she's written like, because it's a comic. See there, I don't want to try and bend it too much. It's a comic based on the Guild. Also on the back, where is it? There's a there's like a bonus section. That just tells you stuff about it, I think. And then I've just seen this bit as well. There's like a sketchbook in the back, so it tells you like about them designing the characters, which is cool. But anyway, when I got this, I posted it on Instagram, which posted it on Twitter, and let me find the picture. Be quiet, guys. I'm busy. No, I'm busy. Go on. Sorry, my cat's trying to talk to me. No, no, you're not jumping up. Go away. Go on, Imshi. Where is it? Right. Ghost, get out of that bag. Go on. Right. So I sent out a tweet, and Felicia Day. I don't know, it's not going to focus properly, is it? I'll probably include a picture in the video, but I don't know if you can see that. Basically, Felicia Day liked my tweet, so I really fangirled out about that. I freaking loved it. Controls back and forth. I love it. So yeah, I was well happy. What am I doing? Close, go away, thank you. So yeah, I was well happy when she liked my tweet, made my day, that did. Right, so yeah, so that's the Guild. Next we have a bunch of comics. It's that one, right, yeah, so I'm just sorting these all out now. Right, so I've got the 30 Days of Night comics. Oh, there is another comic in there. There's a Daredevil comic in there, and I believe there might be a Judge Dredd one in there as well. But yeah, more importantly is the 30 Days of Night. I love 30 Days of Night. It's one of my favourite films and books. I've read the books, and I'm happy to finally get all like the comics. Let me just tell you what. Yes, there is. I thought there was. Right. So I've also got in there Judge Dredd, City. Oh, yeah. So say Mega City 2, City of. Oh, I can't read what that says. And then I've got Daredevil as well. So I saw someone selling them cheap on Facebook, so I snapped them up. I think they were like £1 each. So I snapped them up, and I'm not going to be able to get them in there now, so I'll put them back over there. But yeah, well happy with the 30 Days of Night collection. Like I said, I freaking love them. Great film. If you've not seen it, I'd recommend going to see it. And then I've got here, put that there. I've got to empty these out now because they're all stuck in the same plastic wallets. I've got a number of Star Wars comics, so I've got I don't know if that's Han Solo. I think, oh no, it's Darth Vader. It's a Darth Vader. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, no, yeah, it's got to be. It's right. It says Han Solo on the back, but all of them do. So I think it's just a back cover. But yeah, so I've got a Darth Vader comic, which I can't wait to read because I love Darth Vader. I've got Star Wars Shattered Empire, and it looks as though it's a journey or a start towards The Force Awakens. Oh, I might as well do it this way. I've got issue 1 of Lando, and I've got sorry guys, I'm just trying to sort these out. Okay, I've got issues 1, 2 and 3 of Chewbacca. So imagine these are all stories based on, well, obviously based around Chewbacca and that little kid there, because he's on all the covers, or she, I don't know if it's he or she. And then the others that I got, there's loads. Just put them there as well. I got issue 1 of just Star Wars, and I imagine that's based around A New Hope. What else have we got? So that one. We've got True Believers, Star Wars. I imagine that's another one that's based around A New Hope. And I've got Star Wars, The Last Padawan. I think that might be during the Clone Wars, because they're all clone troopers. Are they clone troopers or shock troopers? I don't know if they're clone troopers there or shock troopers, but I think the clone troopers, so I imagine that's set during the Clone Wars. And then I've got, just hit that, I've got another one that's based on Darth Vader, Vader Down. I wish it told you, oh, it's for Star Wars Day. I wish it would tell you what's on the back, like what's in it, so I could tell you, but I don't know, because I've not read these. And then I've got one about the droid, so R2D2, and no, not R2D2, C3PO. I think that's an R4 unit, because it's not an R2, although they'll probably fob it off as R2D2. But I think that's more of an R4 unit than an R2 unit. And then it looks like there's just some droids fighting. Yeah. Well, it says it's R2 on the comic, but that isn't R2D2, so I think that might just be Marvel's rip-off or something, I don't know. And then we've got Star Wars Classic, and it says in the bottom there, Luke Skywalker will enter the galaxy, will he save it or destroy it or something, so I'll give that a read. Or them a read at some point, and I'll let you know what I think about them. I'm just going to have a bit quicker coffee because my mind's losing its function. I'm struggling to link words together. Right. Next up. Next up is some gaming guides, because I collect guides. I'm starting to collect my guides again, because I did have quite a few years ago, but I had to get rid of them, unfortunately. So first of all, I got the guides to Heart Gold and Soul Silver. It does say there's a poster in there, but I don't think there is. There's a penny in there. I'm rich. Bargain. I'll try and flick it through, as you can see. Well, you can't really see. It looks an alright guide. I've not got Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I never got around to buying them. But it's just like basically a good guide, tells you where to go, what the stats are about the Pokemon and everything. I'll probably pick them up actually. I'll have a look. I'll keep an eye out for them for next time, because I've not seen them in a CEX. So I might have a look in games, see if I can see them in there and pick them up. Because I do want to play them. So I love Silver. I thought Silver was brilliant, so I won't mind playing these again. But so yeah, so there's that one. Next one is, that's going to fall off there, isn't it? No, it's date. That's going to fall. Let's put that down there. Next one, this one is very battered. Is the guide to Pokemon Stadium 2. I don't have Pokemon Stadium 2. I do have the first one, but I don't have the second one. But I saw someone selling them, and I was sort of like flip through it this way so you can see quickly. I saw someone selling them on Facebook for, I think it was about £10 for both of them. Oh, it says there's a poster, but again, I think the poster's gone. Yeah, there's no poster. It lies. Ooh. Well, it's not a poster, but that's quite a cool picture, actually. We've got the red Gyarados, a Wombat, a Pichu, Togepi. I think it's a bell or something, isn't it? And then the thing in the shell, I can't remember his name, but I know he's an evolved form of pineapple-like Pokemon. I've not played this in ages. I can't remember the rest, I do apologise. I call myself a master of Pokemon and I can't even remember him. Ghost, go on, away from that shelf, come on. Yeah, So there's that one. Like that. And then this one is what my mum's boyfriend gave me, because I think he knows I collect guides, so he gives me like all his old guides. He's gave me a hardback copy of The Last of His guide. I should try and show you that in a second. But this one's quite cool. It is from Piggyback, and they make the best guides. I had loads of Piggyback guides until I had to get rid of them a few years ago. If I can just like, there we go. Go through it all. Obviously it tells you about all the guides, and then you've got all like the bonus stuff at the back, which gives you like brief pleasure secrets. It tells you a brief description of every character, and there's a bit, let me find it, tells you the history of the game, of all the games that have been out, like a brief history. And I love reading them. And then you've got like a timeline of major events. And I love reading. I love it when guides include stuff like that. It's like I've got a Resident Evil 0 guide, and it includes something like that. It's got the written report of Wesker's report, because there was a DVD released of it, and they've done a written report of it. And I like reading about that. And also they've got like a timeline from when Umbrella first started all the way through to Resident Evil, which is quite cool. And it tells you some interesting stuff like that about Lisa Trevor, how she was experimented on, and like how she became the catalyst and the start for the T-virus, and no, the G-virus, sorry, and the Nemesis project, which is quite cool. Yeah, so it's a quite cool guide. Right, I'm just gonna see if I can move my camera. I don't think I can. So I think it's all stuck up. The wire's stuck up, but let me see if I can. Quite, yeah. Right, so that's my guide collection so far. I did, like I said, I did have more than that. I don't think you can see what's on there, but I'll go through that. That blue, there's a blue folder in the corner. See that there? That's got my Final Fantasy VII guide in. I had to put it in there because it's completely battered. I lent it to someone, and it got completely ruined. Next up is the hardback for collector's edition for Final Fantasy 13. And in between that, you've got Final Fantasy 13 2. Then you've got the hardback for Last of Us. Then you've got Tomb Raider Legends. Then I've got Fable. And then the white one that looks so it's falling down is Final Fantasy 12, and then Resident Evil 0, and that's it. And then I've got a book on werewolves and ghosts, and then behind there you've got some like mini guides and everything. We can point out that way. There's my pop collection up there, don't you see it? And there's my PS4 games on those two shelves, and my Xbox One games. Then up here I've got like my Xbox 360 games, PS2, Xbox, and PS1, and DS games. I am in the process of sorting all that out, because I want to move them onto another shelf when I get one. Put all my comics up there, guides there, and so on down there, and my PS4 and Xbox One games on there. And then I want to get, if I can move it that way, you see my bed there, I've got a shelf over there full of books and stuff, and I want to put my PS2 games and PS1 Xbox One games on there for now until I get a bigger shelf. Right, stay. Right, so that's them. And next up is pretty big, well, I'd say big haul. I'll start with these first. Right, first of all, I've got, and you can see that, if I can open it. I dropped it. I've got the Game Boy version, Final Fantasy Legends. There we go. You can't read it because it's all blurry. I think you can read it now. Well, you get the gist. Final Fantasy Legends on Game Boy, and I got the guide, build guide, the instruction booklet as well. I think that cost me like £20 of someone on Facebook. I probably got ripped off for it, but I don't care. I saw Final Fantasy and I wanted it, so I brought it out. I went to play it, and the batteries are dead in my Game Boy Advance, so I can't play it. I keep meaning to go get some batteries, but I never do. Next up is the American NTSC, I think it is. It NTSC? NTSC with Final Fantasy Chronicles. So you've got Final Fantasy IV and Chrono Trigger. Having never played Chrono Trigger, I paid £25 for this, just so I can play Chrono Trigger. I did write about it in my blog. I've also started an online blog. I'll leave a link in the description, and an annotation across the screen or somewhere here, so you can go read it. But anyway, yeah, so I got this, and I got up at like 4 AM or 6 AM on a Saturday morning to play it, and it didn't work on my PS2. But I swear, I did have a modded PS2, and I thought that's what it was downstairs, but I'm guessing that when I had to get rid of a load of stuff, that got rid of too. Because my ex-wife thought it was, well, she thought collecting stuff was a waste of time, but she was actually a waste of time. So she made me get rid of a load of my stuff, which I'm not happy about. So I've got to start my collection again now. And I think one of the things I got rid of was my modded PS2. So I did go on eBay and put a bid on about 4 American PS1s, but I didn't get any of them, so I'm not happy. So I'm still on the hunt for an NTSC PS2 or an NTSC PS1, just so I can play frickin' Chrono Trigger, because I'm dying to play it. And that's that. Anyway, right, next. Actually, I'll stick with this one, based on the PS1 games. I won this in an auction on Facebook. Breath of Fire 4. So happy. I think I paid about £25, I think it was, for this. I know I probably overpaid on it, but I wanted it, and I love this game. Oh no, I can't say I love this game. I love the series, but I've never played this one. I never got around to it. But through this drawer quickly. I think it's Harry Potter. Oh, that's gone as well. I bet she made me get rid of that. Oh, I'm not happy. It won't be in there. Yes, sorry guys, bear with me a second. No, it's not in there either. Oh, I'm not happy. Anyway, I did have it on Game Boy Advance, but I guess that silly ex-wife of mine made me get rid of that as well. When I got rid of all my stuff, so I had like I had over 100 PS2 games, I had about 60 PS1 games, a load of Xbox and PlayStation magazines that I'd just been collecting, a load of guides, I had loads of stuff, I had like around 200 360 games and everything, and she made me get rid of them because she thought they were a waste of time. And well, yeah, so that's why. Well, I say that's why she was my ex-wife. That's not the reason, but hey ho. So I'm starting the collection again, and I did have this on the Game Boy Advance, and it was the Game Boy Advance version that I loved because my friend got it me. Well, he brought it and then gave it me because he brought it because he found out you could go fishing on it. So I think he spent like 20 quid on it just so he could go fishing, and after he got bored with it, he gave it me. And now it's gone, so I'll have to go buy that again. But yeah, so I want to go play that this weekend probably, spend some quality time with it. Right, next up, what do we have here? I'm just going to try and put these in some sort of order. Right, 1 second guys, sorry. Right, okay. Here we go. Right, so first of all, I've got Pikmin. I absolutely love this game. This is one of the first games I got when I got my GameCube. And I could just happily sit there and play it. I love the story, I love the colours on it, and I think the soundtrack was just brilliant. It's like all calming music and everything. And I just like how you get like, as you can see there, like, if I'm going there, that picture there, it's like hundreds of like little Pikmin to help you fight like giant ants and everything. I've not played Pikmin 2, but I love Pikmin 1, so I saw someone selling that. I think it cost me £6. This did, so I snapped it up, and it's in mint condition. You've got the guide, the disc is quite cool, and you've got like all the little inserts as well. That's for that. It's got like all the little inserts, the guides, and whatever is in there. the guides, the instruction manual. So I was well happy to pick that up. I did have loads of games from the GameCube. I say loads, I had a few rare ones as well. But I don't now. Not because of my ex-wife this time, because of my friend. I lent him my GameCube, right? And what did I have? I lent him the GameCube, Harvest Moon 2, Resident Evil 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and Code Veronica, and Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes, and Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. I lent them him because he was moaning that he was bored and he had nothing to play. And when he moved, he left them in his flat. Well, he says he took the GameCube with him but left the games because he's giving me a GameCube back, but I don't know if it was mine or not. But I've had it anyway, so if you're watching that pod, I don't know if that GameCube was mine, but I thank you very much for it. And I keep winding them up now because I look on like eBay and Amazon how much the prices are worth. And obviously you all know how rare those games are. Some of them go for like 60 odd quid. And I did pick them up when they were dirt cheap. So like I got Twin Snakes, I'm sure I got that for about £10 or £15. I think we got Resident Evil 2, 3 and Code Veronica for a total of around 30 odd quid. And that's like 30 quid for one. And then Resident Evil 0 my mum got me for Christmas, and Resident Evil 1 I got also when I got my GameCube. So I want to start my GameCube collection back up. So I started off with Pikmin. Right, the next one that I've got is a game that I love, Primal. I loved this game back in the day, and as you can see there, it was a pan from CEX. It was like a really dark, I don't know if anybody played it, but it's like a really dark gothic game where you play this girl and her and her boyfriend's in a rock band, and she gets kidnapped by these demons and stuff, because I can't remember what she is. She's like the daughter or something of the High War Chief or something, I think, who are all fighting against each other, and she doesn't know, and that's just like she thought that was a tattoo on her back, but it's like a marking to prove who she is. And then on the back there you can see she transforms into like different demons. When she's beat an area boss, she gets their abilities, and that little gargoyle there follows her around, you can see there, and I'm sure his name's like Scree or something like that. Good game, I love that one. Right, next up is one of my favourite games on the PS2, is The Bouncer. £2.50 from CEX. It's done by Squaresoft or Square Enix. It was Squaresoft at the time. Me and my friend Bod, who also is the one that got rid of my GameCube. You'll probably hear me talking about him quite a lot when I mention games and everything, because like we used to just sit around my house in my room and just play games. I'll probably write about it in my blog at some point to tell you what. But I freaking love this game. It was like I want to say side-scroller beat 'em up, but it wasn't. So like it was full 3D and everything, and basically you get a choice of 3 people to choose from. You can see them all on the back. Pardon me. And I think that blonde girl there, she gets kidnapped by this company, so the other 3 go looking for her to try and rescue her. It's just like a full, sort of like a film, sort of like Double Dragon in a way. I'll probably put like an FMV or something just to show you it, but it was a freaking awesome game. It was co-op as well, so me and Bod, we used to just sit down and play that for ages. We love co-op games. My favourite being the Baldur's Gate series. We spent many an hour playing them games. But yeah, that's a really good game. If you like Final Fantasy style stuff and whatnot, I'd recommend picking this up. It's dirt cheap. You might enjoy it. I love it, I do personally. I can't get enough of that game. Next up is 13. I got that for 75p. This game was highly underrated. I freaking love this game. It's all cell shaded. I can't even talk. I need some coffee. Bear with me. The problem with having power naps, it screws you over. Yeah. Anyway, as you can see, it's all cell shaded and comic style gameplay, and it's really, really good. So I didn't think much to it when it was reviewed. So where did I see it reviewed? I saw it on a TV show being reviewed, and I didn't think that much of it. But I brought it cheap. I think I've got it on Xbox, I think. And I'm sure I paid like £10 for it. And I fell in love with it. I could play this game over and over and over and over again. And I just love it. So I'm happy that I picked that up at 75p, a freaking bargain. Right, next up is... I'll show you all these at once. I got Tomb Raider. So I got Tomb Raider Angel of Darkness for £1.50. Tomb Raider Legend on PS2 for £2. And Tomb Raider Legend on Xbox for £1. I love Tomb Raider, grew up playing it, and it has a special place in my heart because being from Derby, where I am from, it's where the first Tomb Raider game was made. So I collect Tomb Raider stuff just out of nostalgia and whatnot. And since Laura's being a home girl and all that, bargain games. So I did have them all again, but unfortunately they were one of the things that my ex-wife got rid of. So I'm happy to get these back. I want to get the others because I want to get Tomb Raider Anniversary and what was it? Oh, I forgot what it's called now. I've got a guy. Not Tomb Raider Legend. There was another one part of Tomb Raider Legend. Can't remember what it's called, but I'm sure it's a sequel to Tomb Raider Legend where you find out. I'm not going to spoil it. But I can't even remember the gameplay, so I won't talk about it, but I'm after it and I'm determined to pick them up. So I love Tomb Raider. The next ones are... Right, sorry guys, I'm trying to go through these quickly now. This video's gone on for like half an hour-ish. Next ones are Halo 1 and Halo 2 for 50p and 50p. Complete bargains. I do have the Master Chief Collection on Xbox One. But I couldn't resist picking them two up just for that bargain price, just to go to the collection. Obviously, you don't need to talk about them. Everyone's played Halo, so nothing really to talk about them. I just wanted them for the collection. Actually, I'll tell you a funny story about Halo 1. Back when the Xbox was released, back in 2000, and I think it came out in 2002, 2003. But anyway, I was in my last year at school. And me and my friend got excluded from school for messing about, and we didn't tell the parents that we got excluded. So we were trying to figure out what to do, because it was literally 2 days, the last 2 days before we broke up for Christmas, and we couldn't figure out what to do. Because obviously we couldn't hang at home because our parents would have found out we were excluded in our school. So we went to Toys R Us and we spent 8 hours on the Xbox just playing Halo 1. We finished it. And we were just messing about until we got kicked out, but we spent 8 hours in Toys R Us playing it. It was brilliant. Yeah, and then when we got kicked out, the woman was like, what are you doing? And I was like, well, I'm trying to look for Beyblade. I was looking for Beyblades for my cousin for Christmas. And so we were just talking like utter crap while we were in there. We got sidetracked by playing Halo, so we spent the last day of our exclusion just playing that. It was brilliant. And then the next two games are Prince of Persia, Warrior Within. I love that game. That was 50p. And Prince of Persia, The Two Thrones. I've never actually finished this game because I got stuck on the very first boss. I think that's him there. That giant golem sand creature thing. I could never get past him. But that's one of my favourite games. I freaking love that one. All the different weapons you can collect and everything. It was brilliant. Sorry if you can hear my cats doing what cats do. I love those Prince of Persia games, so I was happy that I could pick them up. I think I've already got Two Thrones on PS2. I can't see. Yes, it's right there in front of my... Oh no. No, it's Prince of Persia and the Sands of Time I've got, so that's quite cool. Right, I think, guys, I'm going to end this episode here because it's gone on for well over half an hour, so I've got a bag of stuff here still to go through, but I'll go through them in the next episode in December if I've got time. If not, I'll include them in the next video because I don't want to keep this video going for too long. But yeah, so that's what I picked up for November. Obviously the next one will be December's video, and I'll include my Christmas stuff, including Final Fantasy 15. I cannot wait for that. It comes out in like 4 days and I've got to wait another month for it. It's killing me. Because I keep seeing trailers. I've watched Kingsglaive hundreds of times and I just really want to play it. So yeah, so I'll end this video for here, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you have enjoyed it, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Take care. Bye.